So, Invincible, one of, if not the, most peak superhero shows / comics to ever exist. And one of the things that I love so much about it are the alien races, how diverse they are and how cool they are. The most popular out of them all being the Viltrumites. They have their own planet, they have their own society, they have their own kings, history, everything that's just so cool about them. So today I wondered, what was life like on Viltrum with this information? What would my role be on this planet? Would I become a mere prisoner or the emperor of the entire planet? Well, today we're about to find out, so let's go. I began my adventure by putting on a simple Viltrumite costume. Man, do I look good in it. I then waddled over to the custom room where you could get more variations of this costume. And I decided to put on a lot of accessories, let's just say. Then I waddled into the throne room to see who my potential rival will be, and it's Oliver. Yeah, Oliver of all people is Emperor! So after giving him the good old boots, I immediately became Emperor, and everything seemed perfectly fine. Until the Scourge virus just randomly appears out of nowhere and starts killing everyone, besides me and some femboy lover. Good thing that he's alive. Help!
GG's for you. It can't affect me though, cause I'm
He'll be brother!
Oh yeah!
It hurts.
I don't know, you forgot to change your battery.
You're low-key weak, so
I guess.
Time Quest is gonna die any second. For real.
What do you want?
We are dying.
I can tell.
Womp womp.
Find a cure at the lab or something. So clearly, as you can tell, none of these fools follow the simple direction of just going to the lab and finding a cure. But I'm curious, how long will this take? So after the guards drag the body away, we get to meet Ninja Noob. Possibly the best Viltrumite out of everyone else, besides me of course. Mainly because, number one, he always stays on my side, he always glazes me, and best of all, you know, he's just tough. Look at his mustache. So after meeting the second and third frag, I don't know why there's so many of them, the room got awfully empty. There was literally no one else here besides the femboy guy and me. That's when Ninja comes down and tells me that he's found something very personal.
Sir.
I don't know, you can't? Yes?
I have found something vital.
What is it?
Vital. Follow me.
Okay, alright. Where he reveals that he actually found the source of the Scourge virus. It was just some random shard on the ground. So after I threw it into space, I got some new clothing, which is literally just my original clothing, and decided to keep on being Emperor. Until I got super bored, invited all the Viltrumites into my room, and decided to start a tiny fight, because, you know, I was very bored. Until someone decided to fight me.
Chaz, I choose you to fight!
So of course, I immediately accepted the fight and invited everyone else to join if they felt like it, which led to a pretty big 3v1 or 5v1, I don't know, I didn't count. But hey, let's get this over with. So after a pretty easy fight, I walked back into my throne room and kept on being Emperor. So as I sat in my chair, all glorious and stuff, a certain someone comes by. A certain fifth clone of the people I've been seeing over and over again. And if you've actually been paying attention to my video, you might know who this is. Frag number 5. Out of all the frags I've seen, this one seems to be the actual strongest. So after one really corny argument that lasted way too long, we decided to actually fight each other, which led to this. So Frag threw off his cape and immediately began fighting. No question, no dialogue, just instant fighting. And the fight was awfully brutal, my health depleting with each second, but I was also depleting his health too. So as the battle continued, I could feel myself potentially losing an actual fight. And out of all the fights I participated, the one fight that I participated in, this was awfully hard. As I continued to put my sweat, blood, and tears into this battle, so did Frag, clearly not holding back. So the question was, who would win? Who would be way more motivated to land the final punch and finally beat them once and for all? Well, let's just say that my motivation for being Emperor and being a really bad Emperor was good enough. But as I returned to my room, I noticed a certain someone sitting in my throne. This man was possibly the most annoying out of literally everyone in this entire video. And I get it, he was most likely rage baiting because he felt like it. Like, look at his avatar. You can literally tell that he is. But obviously, since I literally just beat Frag in a fight, my ego was a little bit big, so this is the conversation we ended up having. Go and fight one of us.
I proved myself already.
How?
I crapped Adam Eve.
What? Then my two Viltrumite besties then came in and started immediately arguing with this fake emperor, which lasted quite a while. Knowing how serious this conflict was, I decided to put on a very serious outfit and have a meeting with everyone else, or the barely remaining Viltrumites, because that Scourge virus was quite the event. But during the meeting, I eventually noticed a certain someone in the comments had a pretty funny idea.
You all will be infected.
Then I realized that he was going to attempt to revive the Scourge virus and then immediately infect everyone within, like, the entire planet. But we were too late, as he instantly flew away the nanosecond we got close to him, and now he's somewhere out there probably infected with the Scourge virus, spreading it to others. But I was then told to enter the execution room, for there was a certain someone who did something wrong, and now we have to execute him ourselves. This man being Frag number 6. Yeah, and here's the reason why we have to execute him.
Sir, he executed someone without permission.
So after he constantly refused to do it over and over again, we eventually decided to execute him personally by beating him up. Until he somehow managed to escape, and then we chased after him, but then we lost him. So for now, there is another psychopath out there trying to get vengeance against the Viltrumites. Great. But it seems he has already succeeded, as I immediately started noticing everyone getting infected and dying. So after I removed any infecting clothing from myself and everyone else, and getting new clothing, I eventually noticed Gojo was there, and he asked me to kill him. Because, you know, what's the point of your life after you complete a very evil goal? What do you do after that? So after killing him, I then ran back and had a meeting with all the other Viltrumites to elect the second emperor. No, I'm not choosing that fraud of an emperor. I'm instead choosing between Ninja and J-Mans. But after some voting, one dude said, hey, why can't we just let them fight? So that's what I did, and here's the fight. So after we chose the second emperor, we went back into the throne room once again to look at this pathetic little fraud who was still somehow AFK. How long is this guy gonna eat? Then I realized that he could be either A, faking it and just trolling the entire time, or B, he's at some random restaurant and knowing how long that takes to get there, eat, and get back, he's probably gonna be gone for like 1 or 2 hours. Maybe 30 minutes if I'm lucky, but it's been more than that, so I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. But after that, then I just got bored, retired, and yeah, that's the end of the video. So now that you know what it's like to be a Viltrumite, it's time for the silly little outro. And let me tell you, being a Viltrumite is pretty stressful. Not only are there complete frauds out there who act like they're the toughest person on the earth just for them to be completely trash at everything. B, there's the notorious Scourge virus, which we have faced 2 times in a row, one from a little psychopath and another from natural occurrences. And there's also fighting Frag, one of the hardest fights I've ever been. Well, it's my first video, of course it's gonna be the hardest fight ever, but you still get the point. Very hard fight. So, me personally, I don't want to be a Viltrumite. Because knowing my luck, I'm probably not going to end up becoming an Emperor, I'm never going to beat Frag in a fight, and I'm probably just going to die from the Scourge virus anyway. So, don't be a Viltrumite. Those suck. Don't be one. That's all I'm going to say. Bye. I'm gonna head out.